All right, guys. I hope I'm clearly visible and audible to all of you. Today is the day 41 of recording the daily scheduled videos for 75 days, and today we will talk about Indian education system, specifically after your plus two, right? And for some after your graduation. And we'll understand the very coaching industries in domain of education. Why is it considered now as a necessary evil in the complete competitive examination ecosystem of our India? All right, guys. All right, guys. Without any further ado, let us just straight away start our today's video. So, you know, this coaching centers, right? All this institute is considered a necessary evil in India's competitive examination ecosystem. They play both dual role, indispensable for many aspirants because one cannot, you know, get the exposure or the temperament of coaching by self study, right? So for few it's indispensable, yet a very problematic in how they shape education in our current society. So let us understand firstly why they are considered necessary. Because see, the coaching industry, once you join, they are very structured. All right, the preparation you will do out there will be very structured with the roadmap. They have got a lot of strategy for your foundational courses, right? If I have to name few exams like JEE, NEET, right, and UPSC and SSC, and we can also take a lot of other organization which conducts the exam for railways and different n number of vacancies that comes in our India. All right, so the syllabus is quite complex, and the coaching institute provide a very systematic, as I've said, very structured preparation. They provide study plans, right, mock test and strategies that school or any colleges often don't cover, right? Because we have got a lot of experienced faculties, for that matter those who have already been in service, right? So all those kind of things, it inclines the aspirant towards joining the coaching institute. That's one point why it is considered important. And second is expert guidance. As I've said earlier, many institute employ experienced faculty who understand the exam pattern, right, and can tailor teaching accordingly. Therefore, as I've said earlier, right, you get a lot of mock interviews these days, right? You have got uh, a number of mock tests, right, prepared by the ones who have already cleared the examination, right? And as a result, at the end of the day, they have set up a coaching industry, right, a coaching center. So you get a very expert guidance out there. So this is the second factor that brings aspirant to the coaching institute. Now, third factor which gets all the aspirant in coaching center is pure competition, right? In self study, right, you have to be your own competition, as this applies as well in life. But in coaching center, right, the very atmosphere will be very competitive, because all of your friends, right, your peer aspirant preparing along with you, they will be there, and you will be surrounded by equally ambitious, passionate, and this creates a hell lot of difference when it comes to self study and coaching center. All right, so the very environment you get out there is motivating, and as well as very the temperament you won't get it at home, right? After all, you are going to coaching where everyone invest, right, and they have the reason to study, right? So out there you get a lot of great people, right, with whom you can compete, right? And after all, the mindset will be very different of those people, right? And you will get to merge with them, right? You will get to prepare along with them, and you can share your notes, right, and everything like that, right? So that is the third factor that brings a lot of students to the coaching institute, right? That is there. Now, those were the necessary points of coaching institute. Now, let us understand why it is seen as a necessary evil. So, first is high financial condition. And for a few, it might be easy, but for many, it is a huge burden, right? Fees are often exorbitant, right? And making this making the fee very high is in a way very unequal for the citizens, right? Again, because see, if you go to Delhi, right, the basic foundational course for UPSC starts from 2 lakh, right? If you happen to visit eminent institute which have produced many IAS, IPS, IFS, right? Out there, the very foundational course is above 2 lakh, right? And your fooding, lodging altogether is a different game. So just for courses you have to pay such hefty amount, right? And that's there, guys, and it's not easy for everyone to afford it, right? So one point why it is seen as a necessary evil is it is not equal, right? There's a financial burden for the people, right? For the you know not everyone can afford it, right? Basically, that's there. Now, second point why it is seen as a necessary evil is mental pressure, right? Along with the competitiveness, right, there exists mental pressure. The coaching culture, right, it amplifies stress. Sometimes your you know a lot of study session, right, you continue the same routine, the schedule is very mentally tiring, right, and it leads to burnout or worse among the students, right? For example, right, there are a lot of cases of quota and all where the students they just give up, right? So that's again one factor why it is seen as a necessary evil, because things might get very worse and they might doing some they might end up doing something unexpected, right? Because in quota we can see a lot of cases, right? For example, suicide, right? And they have attempted a lot of self-killing and all. That's there. And the third factor why coaching is seen as a necessary evil is over commercialization of coaching industries, right? Very true. In current times, education have become a business, right? With institute forcing more and more marketing success, right, in YouTube. I even get it in WhatsApp, right? So all this marketing sources, all this, and one major thing is, right, coaching industries mainly buy the all India rank, right? I've heard a few people offering. Although I've heard, I haven't seen it with my own naked eyes, but I've heard that whoever secures all India rank 1 to 10, or maybe within the perimeter of a good rank, right? They are often given a lot of money. They offer a lot of money, right? The coaching industries give them lavish amount of money, and in return they have to see that he or she have studied from that very coaching institute, right? And it is a very big gimmick, right? And again, right, with all these kind of things, right, coaching offering vehicles, right, coaching offering a lot of cash to the people once they are successful, right, it sets a very what is a filthy gimmick to the innocent minds who have dream, right, that they would study and do well in life. But actually the coaching institute just bought that rank, to be to be precise, that person, right? So again, this over commercialization or the fake advertisement, right, as of now is one big factor that we can call it as a necessary evil, right? So that's there. And last point, why it is seen as a necessary evil, is dependency. Many students, right, they often feel that they cannot succeed without coaching. They undermine their own confidence in school and self study, or for that matter, they do not think that they would be able to clear this exam by self study, or just by preparing while pursuing any sort of courses in college, right? So that's there. Why is it called a necessary evil? TK, I hope I am clearly audible and visible to all of you. But they not so very papers and then now let us look this thing in a bigger spectrum, right? And let us from the scratch, let us see how this coaching institute thrive. Why? Because of what, right? First is limited seats versus massive demand of the top institution, right? And yeah, guys. So is in the competitive examination, limited seats, right, and high demands, right, and higher number of aspirant, and it becomes quintessential to join coaching because people play very safe. These days they would be spending lakh, right, but they want to get safe in your future, right? And again, yeah, this all of these things pave a way towards joining coaching in coaching center, right? So that's there. And second is exam centric education system that prioritizes rote learning and test taking skills over holistic development, right? I didn't got it. And last is parental pressure, as I've said, right? There are a lot of societal expectation. Forget about society, your own parents expectation, and which pushes students into coaching industries, right? Undoubtedly, right? Because when they are we often self doubt, right, when we are preparing all alone, and as a result, right, to play safe, right, often people tend to join the coaching center, right? That's there, guys. In short, let us summarize this whole video. Coaching center you know is both a lifeline and as well as a trap. They help students navigate the India's hyper competitive exams, but they also perpetuate inequality and stress among the students. That's all for today's video, guys. If you've been till the end, thank you so much for watching. May God bless all of you and all your efforts. Join and do well in life, guys.